explain to my audiences when I am telling my story, I have all the science down as well on what really happens to the bipolar mind, because I've had a lot of help with the UBC and Western and understanding my condition, and my doctor as well. It's a simple thing. It's a chemical imbalance. There's a lack of serotonin in your brain, which is the most important feel-good hormone, which is a conductor between the neurons in your brain, and you can't finish a thought without your, you have see a beautiful sunset in a nanosecond, the image goes into your one neuron, but it has to pass through the serotonin, which is a jelly-like conductor in the brain, to get to another neuron, for there to be a click, for you to get, oh, the feeling. So you can imagine if you, they found out about 30, 40 years ago that a depressed mind is depleted of serotonin. There is none. So there are no clicks. Nothing catches your mind. Nothing is of interest to you. Even the beautiful eyes of your 2-year-old, and nothing. It's just blank. Depression is an illness. It's neither sadness nor sorrow. It is a serious illness, and you have to get help to get out of it. Fortunately, in 1985, a great revolution in psychiatry happened in treating mental illness, and antidepressants were brought onto the market. Antidepressants replace the serotonin in your brain. They won't make you better. The chemicals, that's what I call is taking care of your brain health. When you get your chemicals balanced in your brain and take the antidepressants so that your serotonin is back, but the antidepressant is not going to fix you and make you happy and get you out of your funk. All it's going to do is let you feel again, let you start engaging, and then you have to take care of your mind. I divide it between brain health and your mind. Get your brain health fixed. That's pharmaceuticals, that's a doctor, that's medical intervention, and then once you've got that done, then you have to have therapy. The mania, on the other, well, it's sort of yin-yang, because where depression is caused by a depletion in a hormone, mania is the opposite. Your brain is flooded with the best hormone we have in our brain called dopamine, and it's in charge of all of our great thoughts, our artistic side, our great spiritual insights, our creativity, our energy. But when you're in mania, the level in your brain where rapid firing happens, where seizures actually take place, they see now with the PET scans that they can do of the brain, where they can see the fluid, that the dopamine is flooded this level of your brain, and so you cannot access the next level, which is reason. And so while you're in the manic phase, you are thinking like this. One thought comes so quickly, and then the next one, and then the next one, and you move so quickly, and you stop eating, and you stop drinking, and you stop going to bed. Oh, you might drink alcohol, and you might take drugs, because you're trying to shift your own mood, because it's pretty scary being so high, but you resist anybody who tells you that there's something wrong with you, because you feel you're enlightened, very, very enlightened, and they just don't get you. No, you're very sick. You've got mania. You aren't accessing reason. Some of the symptoms of mania, well, my most obvious one, not the worst one, but the most obvious thing that I did when I was in a manic mood was I ran off with the Rolling Stones. Someone else in my condition, because you are so highly charged, you're sexual, you want to dance, you want to do everything, and you don't have a conscience. It seems you can't access your reason. You forget that you've got strong values and good judgment, and that all of that doesn't even come into your brain. You act impulsively and spontaneously, and mania is the worst part of, for me, the bipolar condition, because it's like a nuclear bomb goes off. They used to just treat mental illness over here and addiction over here. If you had alcoholism, you went to AA, where actually there's no therapy, but there is talk and promise to stop and abstinence. Now we know mental illness and addiction are like this. If someone has a mental illness that they're not getting help for, that they're not being treated for, that they're not facing and dealing with, they will try to shift their own mood with alcohol, with drugs, with gambling, with shopping, anything to try and change your your own little mind right now. All wrong ways, of course, because the outcome never works the way you want it. You end up broke with no family, no friends, no life, and you hate yourself. So there's a third stage that I got pushed into after Michelle died, and I did everything wrong. I didn't seek help. I didn't seek counseling. I faked it. I put on a mask to everybody to pretend I was all right. And actually what I wanted to do, I wanted to die myself. Why I do what I do, why I give these speeches relentlessly, is to stop the suicides, somehow to make people aware that the highest rate of suicide is with bipolar. And I don't think it's such a selfish act as you just get so fed up with letting everybody down. So I did get the help. I got my brain health back. I went 3 years of, and I talk a lot about it in my speeches, the CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, where I was questioned of all my dark thoughts, all my anger, my rage, my insecurities, my shame, my guilt. All of those were questioned over and over again, and I was given another way of thinking. I sort of just look at it as having been living on the dark and shady side of the street, only looking down and being moved over to the sunny side. But I had to take myself there. Nobody can fix you. Even if you have the most wonderful family, they can't fix you. Who can fix you is you wanting the help and accessing the medical aid that is out there.